Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we're going to be doing drawer number 4 of my declutter for my palettes. I was on a roll. I did drawer number 3 and I was like, go ahead and pull everything out of drawer number 4 and start the next one. That way there I can just get these out of my collection, start getting my room cleaned in the way that I want it to be organized. So let's get into this. So the first one is the Veramona Lotus palette. So this one is one I purchased directly off of the Veramona website. It does come built in with a color switch into it. The colors in here are really pretty. However, I don't find myself using this palette enough to hold on to it, so I'm going to pass this along. The next one is the Anastasia. This is the self-made palette. This one is really pretty. I think this is my first Anastasia palette. Let me pop out the brush. This is my first Anastasia palette and I really do love this one, so I'm going to hold on to this one. I think it's beautiful. I like the packaging. The packaging is like textured a little bit. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's got some texture to it. I love that one, so I'm going to hold on to that. The next one is the Urban Decay Naked on the Run. This one here I purchased purposely for traveling and things like that. And then honestly, I just feel like I don't travel with it. I've never even used the products that come inside of here. I've never used the Naked lipstick. I've never used the the liner. I've never used the Perversion mascara. I don't like Perversion mascara to begin with. Then you do get some plain ordinary colors in here. So honestly, I'm going to pass this along. I don't feel like I'm going to use this. The next one is the Naked Basics 1 and 2. So here is the 1 and 2. I love the Naked Basics. To me, they're kind of like the Kat Von D palette. I feel like they're an everyday essential that you can use to go with in combination with other palettes. This is the Naked Basic Original. I saw that they're coming out with a heat one like this, so I'm excited about trying that one out to see if it's any good. Then we have the Naked Basics 2. So here's what that looks like. They do look a little bit different, not dramatically different, but I'm going to hold on to both of these. They have more of like a soft velvety plasticky feeling rubber packaging. I don't know how to describe it. Kind of like a NARS packaging. These do. The next one is the Urban Decay Pulp Fiction palette. So here's what it looks like on the inside. The colors to me honestly are just a little bit plain and boring. So this is something that I'm going to pass along. Oops, almost lost the brush. Then we have the Urban Decay Ammo palette. So this one is a little bit more poppy of colors, but I don't find myself ever pulling for this one. So this is something else that's going to be passed along. This drawer, I feel like I'm doing better in. I feel like I have a better grasp of things I want to keep and things I want to get rid of. Then we have the Urban Decay Vices palette. So this is a little one that I got. And again, I've never even played with this. It's something that I don't think I'm going to play with, so I'm going to pass that one along as well. Then we have the Urban Decay Wendy's Contraband palette. So here's what the outside looks like. I do like this one though. This one is something that's going to stay. These bold pops of color. I think it's color that I really am after. So this one is one that I'm going to be keeping because I love the colors in that one. Then we have the Urban Decay. This is the Beauty with an Edge palette. This one reminds me of the Ammo palette for some reason. Are they the same? Well, let me see. No, they're definitely not the same. I think that's why I don't like the Ammo, because I think the Ammo looks more pastel and this one looks more brighter, bolder color. So I'm going to hold on to this one here, the Beauty with an Edge, and get rid of the Ammo palette. The next one is the Pure Cosmetics. This is the Pure Soiree Diaries palette. This is one that we got in our BoxyCharm and I don't like it. I think it's an okay palette. I don't think it's a good palette. I think it doesn't blend the best for me. I have a hard time blending these. I think they're a little bit patchy. This is just not something that I'm in love with, so I'm going to pass that along. Then we have the Urban Decay. This is the Michel Basquiat. I don't know. I'm sure I butchered that. And I feel really bad because I know this is a really famous person and he deserves someone to speak his name better. So here's what the inside packaging looks like. And then you open it up. It opens kind of like a box style. And then here's what the colors on the inside look like. The colors are really, really pretty. So this is one I'm actually going to hold on to just because I like the style of the packaging and I do like the colors that are in here. The next one is the Urban Decay, of course, the Naked 2 palette. I have all of the Urban Decay Naked palettes. This one, I don't think I've played with enough to be able to tell you guys whether or not I like this one more than the first one. I think this one's good. I think the colors just aren't so bold and poppy. This may be something that later leaves my collection, but for now it's going to stay. I don't know. It may have to stay in my collection forever, to be honest with you guys. Since I do YouTube videos, I feel like everybody always compares things to Urban Decay Shadow, so I feel like I need to have a good comparison, so I don't know. The next one is the Winky Lux Kitten palette. This one also came in a BoxyCharm. This one's really, really good. I love this palette. This, I think they sell at Ulta for like $25, and I'd say it's totally worth $25. It is a cruelty-free brand, so that is something else that's really nice about that brand. The next one is the Urban Decay, It Cosmetics. This is like their holiday palette. I use this and I do love it. However, oh my gosh, I almost dropped it. However, I don't think I'm going to be using it very often anymore. I don't know. I need to, this is one that I feel like I need to like consider, because I feel like this is a perfect travel palette because you get everything up here. You got your highlights, you got your colors for your eyeshadows, you got your bronzer, you've got like cream concealers, and then underneath, okay, maybe. Let's see if we can get this open for you guys. I suck at opening things. And then we've got blushes and some lip products. So I think that I might end up keeping this one because this one really is a perfect travel palette. So I may end up keeping that one. That one I feel like needs to stay. The next one is the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette. I think everybody went crazy when this palette came out because everybody was anxiously waiting it. It is a really good palette, but I don't think it's the best one that Urban Decay's put out with, that they've come out with. So I'm not sure I want to keep this one either. I don't know. I feel like I do, but I don't. I don't know. Probably going to keep it just because I feel like it's a collector's type thing. Is that bad? Okay, I'm being bad now. I'm not doing so good again. Then we have the Urban Decay Ultimate Basics. This is a spectacular palette. I think if you're looking for a good Urban Decay palette, this is one of my favorites. This was in one of my giveaways, my 5K giveaway. So I love, love, love this palette. This one here has been used and abused, and it's because for a very good reason. It is amazing. The next one is the Urban Decay. This is the Spectrum palette. So this one is the one that comes like a kind of like a drawer. So you pick it up and it opens up like this. You got your bright bold colors in here, and that's what I love. So I'm going to definitely hold on to this. The bottom side to this is a mirror. They say you can pop this out and then you can use this as like a tray, but I'm not sure that I would ever do that. I just think this is a really awesome palette, so I'm going to hold on to that. Then we have some Viseart. I'm pretty sure it's Viseart, right? I'm not sure. This is the Viseart, the Dark Matte palette, and I love this palette. I know not everybody loves the packaging to this because it's not like the best quality, especially for the price of a Viseart palette. However, the quality of the shadows is beyond expectation. They blend superbly. The color stays on your eyes for a very, very long time. I love, love, love this palette and highly recommend this palette. If you're looking for a good, colorful palette, definitely check out Viseart. The next one is another Viseart palette. This is the Viseart, what is this one called? This is the Natural Matte palette. So this is another one that's really good, kind of like the Urban Decay and the Kat Von D. If you need a nice matte palette that's going to have all your colors into it, this is another one. I need to determine which one's the best for me. Urban Decay, Kat Von D, or Viseart. And right now I would say Viseart because Viseart is just spectacular. So may have to end up getting rid of the other ones later. The next one is a Makeup Geek palette. This one my friend Brittany had told me about that was on sale, and I was like, I gotta grab this. This is the Manny MUA palette from Makeup Geek. I love, love, love this palette. Here's what it looks like on the inside. I think it's beautiful. The colors are spectacular. This color up in here is kind of like the MAC Brown Blue or Blue Brown pigment. I love, love, love this palette, so this was definitely staying. The next one is another Urban Decay. This is the Full Spectrum. So if you guys think I like color, this one's got lots of color. Look at the color in this one. This reminds me kind of like the Kat Von D, the Mi Vida Loco remix. I really wish I would have gotten that one. That one calls my name all the time. That's like my biggest regret for not getting for makeup. So I am definitely holding on to this because I love colors. So that one is staying. The next one is another Urban Decay. This is the Urban Decay Vice Reloaded palette. So it looks like this on the outside. It's got a really pretty, almost crystal-like looking packaging design. This one, like you push the button and it opens. I like that it does that. That's real fancy. And then it looks like this on the inside. I have not played with this one enough to determine whether or not I think this is something that I want to keep or let go. So for now, it's going to stay. The next one is a Anastasia palette. So this one here, I don't think I really like this palette. I know everybody goes crazy over it because it's one of those popular palettes that it's hard to get a hold of. But I'm not in love with it, to be honest with you. This is the Urban Decay Mario palette. You can tell I've definitely tried to love it, but I don't think I love it. I think I may end up passing that along. The next one is the Urban Decay Naked palette. Naked palette. So this one's like the velvety packaging. I like the packaging to it. This I do love. I think the colors in this are a little bit more pigmented. I feel like the Naked 2, the colors are a little bit more dulled out, and I feel like the colors in this just stand out a little bit more for me. I'm going to definitely hold on to that one. The next one is the Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette. Believe it or not, I have not even tried this palette, so I need to give it a shot and figure out whether or not I like it. Now, since I'm getting more into cool tones, I think that this might really knock my socks off or whatever, because I really have been getting into more cool tones, except for the eye look I'm wearing today, which I'm wearing the Milani palette, so just in case you were curious. The next one is the Urban Decay Naked Basics 3, or not Basics, but the Naked 3 palette. The outside packaging is like that rose gold, like flavor I was gonna say, design, and then the inside has more of like the pinky tones. I'll have to see if these look good on me or not. I'm not sure. I've tried them before and I just don't think pinks look that great on me for some reason. Even though pink and the green eyes I feel like make it pop. I need to try it out more. I think that's just the problem. I get these palettes and then I don't give them a good enough shot. The next one is the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty Celebration palette. This one is a really nice one, but I don't think I like this one as much as I like the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette. So this one here I think may end up leaving. The next one is the Urban Decay. This is the Urban Decay After Dark palette. Oh, I love this one. This one is so pretty. Look at the colors in here. The colors are beautiful. Again, there's that shade it's the MAC Brown shade. This one's in the shade Lounge. I absolutely love this palette, so I'm definitely going to hold on to that one. Uh-oh. Don't fall. Then we have a palette from Urban Decay again. This is the Electric palette. More bold, bright, poppy colors. You guys know this is right up my alley, so I'm going to hold on to this one as well. Oh, stay there. The next one is the IT Cosmetics Superhero palette. So this one here is one that I tried to love because I think it's really cool. Like the design of it's different and unique. But honestly, I don't love this palette. So this is another one that's going to be decluttered out of my collection. I just don't think I love that one enough to keep it. The next one is the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. So believe it or not, and initially when I purchased this palette, I didn't love it. I was like, it's okay. The more I used it, the more I was like, I do like it. So this one is definitely going to stay, is definitely a warm tone palette. So it's going to stay in my collection because I kind of fell in love with it after using it more. I think it was one of those things that I had to kind of warm up to it. No pun intended, it's a heat palette. But I think I'm going to hold on to that one. The next one is the IT Cosmetics It Girl palette. This one, I love the packaging on the outside. I had some problems in the beginning with things falling out. They're not falling out now for me for some reason. So I don't know what was going on. If my glue just got loosened up, I have no idea. Either way, this one is a really, really good one. Let me open it for you. You do get some blush in here and then you get some eyeshadows. I love this palette. I think it's a spectacular one. This was the Holiday 2017 palette. I love that one. Holding on to that one for sure. The next one is the Lancome. This is the Audacity in Paris, I think is what it's called. Audacity in Paris, yes. So here's what the outside packaging looks like. I haven't even tried this. I feel shameful to say that, but I haven't. So, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to open it. How do you open it? Open sesame. No, it's not opening. There it goes. Oh my goodness. That took way more strength than it needed to. So here's what it looks like on the inside. The colors do look really pretty to me, so I'm going to hold on to this one and try it out and see whether or not I do enjoy it or not. It may be good, but it may not. I haven't heard many people talk about it, so it may not be that good either. The next one is another Urban Decay palette. This is the other side to the Urban Decay Jean-Michel Basquiat. I don't know where I put the other one, so I could tell you the difference between the two, but there are differences. This one's called the Tenant. So I think the colors in this one's a little bit more brighter, and it does open up differently where the other one opened up more long ways. This one's going to open up this way, horizontal. So you open it like this, and you do get the bright colors in here. Oops, there's my thing. So this is what the colors look like in here. So I really do like the colors in here as well. This one I need to play with because I think the colors are going to be something that's going to knock my socks off because it just looks like it might. The next one is one that I am absolutely positively in love with, and it will probably never ever ever leave my collection. This is the Urban Decay Alice Through the Looking Glass palette. So here's what it looks like on the outside packaging. I love, love, love this palette. This one here, my husband, it has a really good story behind it too. My husband, I was looking for this palette he went out of town and then he was able to get it for me, and then he was able to get it for me early actually. So he came home and surprised me with it. So I was super excited. This one does have, oh, holy cow, I almost dropped him. Oh my gosh, heart beating faster. Does have this little thing in here where you can flip it open and you've got your little butterfly design in there. That's super cute. And then the palette comes out like this. So there is the palette itself. It kind of looks like it's three-dimensional. It looks like it's like deep holes or whatever, deep like pots, but it's not. It's actually an optical illusion. So I really love this palette. I think it's absolutely amazing. Definitely going to be holding on to that one. The next one is a Giant Violet Voss palette. So this is the Giant Violet Voss Ride or Die palette. So every time I think of Ride or Die, I think of Jaclyn Hill when she did the Ride or Die tag, and then she pretty much started that whole thing. So here's what the outside packaging looks like. It's very holographic, and the inside is a giant palette. This is so good. I love this palette, so this is one I'm going to be definitely holding on to. I love this palette. It's really big. It's like ridiculously big though. Like it's like bigger than my head. It's huge. This is a giant palette. This is one like I feel like you could sit down and create many looks with, and then you could use this forever because you've got so many shadows in there. So I'm definitely holding on to that one. Then we have my Z palette. This is the Makeup Forever palette, the metal palette, and it has a lot of Makeup Geek shadows and ColourPop shadows in here, as well as Makeup Geek blushes. My friend Brittany had sent me some of those, so I really love this palette. This is my own creation type of palette, so I'm definitely holding on to this one as well. The next one is, oh goodness, my boxes. This is the Urban Decay Vice. I think this is the Vice 3, Vice 2. I don't even know, to be honest with you. I kind of lost track. I wish they would have numbered them on the back, but they didn't. This reminds me of Miami Vice for some reason, though. I think it's the color and the everything like that. It reminds me of Miami Vice, like the TV show. So the colors in here are beautiful. So this one here, I feel like I'm just going to keep, honestly, as a collector's. I know that's a really sad reason to keep something, but so I'm keeping it. The next one is the other Urban Decay Vice palette. This is the one that comes in like this, almost like a spider design. It looks like a web. That's what it reminds me of. And then the inside looks almost exactly like that too. It's like raised though. Like you could put something underneath of here. I love the packaging design on this one. And then it looks like this on the inside. This one, again, I'm keeping basically because I'm a collector. And so I want to hold on to this one. I really do love those palettes. I think that's it. Is that it, guys? Oh, nope. Here's the palette. It was hiding. So here is the NARS Narcissus Loaded palette. This one is so pretty. I know not everybody loves this palette because I feel like it's kind of plain and simple. It's not super interesting. I, however, have to disagree. I think this is a really good palette. I think it looks beautiful in the eyes. This is one that I traveled with and I really did enjoy it. So here's what the colors look like. They're not anything where they look like they're spectacular, but I promise you this is a really good palette. So I'm holding on to that one. Is that it? Oh, no, we have another one. We have the Tarte Amazonian Escape Volume 2 palette. This one is super cute. It looks like a clutch, like a little person clutch. A little person clutch. That made no sense. Looks just like a clutch is what I was trying to say. Here is what the inside looks like. Honestly, I don't know if I love this. After I purchased it, I got it. I'm like, it's okay. This may leave my collection. I don't think I love it that much. I just think it's cute. But other than that, it's not that great. Okay, that is everything. I tried to make sure there was nothing else in the box. That was everything that was in drawer 4. I think that was drawer 4, right? Yes. So that was everything that was in drawer 4. So next we have drawer 5, which is, honestly, it's mostly new palettes. So I don't even know if we're going to do that one because they're mostly the new things that I purchased that I didn't have room to put in my other drawers. So I think what we're going to do is go ahead and move on to blushes. So next will be blushes. If you guys are excited about that, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, let me know, what do you think how I did? I will have the numbers inserted right here so you guys can see how well I did on this declutter, because I don't even know myself, honestly. So I'm not going to count them because I have palettes sitting, my whole room's covered right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.